Awesome. I'm a little nervous, but
I mean, so am I.
let's see what I like. Ooh. Is this thing on? Hello. We're on. We're back. Hello. Welcome everyone to season 2 of Less Than 10.
Hi,
This is
everyone.
my co-host Kyle. He is the development lead of Less Than 10. I am James Sabata, artistic director of Less Than 10, and we're so excited to be back on track with season 2. What is Less Than 10? We are a live stream concert series born during the COVID-19 pandemic based in Austin, Texas. Although Kyle here is streaming not from Austin, Texas, but from Tennessee. And Elizabeth Kilpatrick, our artist coordinator, is currently in Virginia. So we're spread out some. Let's see. Is my mic a little quiet, y'all? I think I can fix that. Okay, my apologies, y'all. I'm back. So we are back. We're a collection of performers and composers with ties to Austin, Texas, and we set out to continue to perform and write after all of our seasons got canceled. We're still putting out work, we're still working with artists, and we're here to keep going. Why do we do what we do? We strive to emulate the accessibility of our online platform and our music making, bringing new music to audiences that might not come to a live concert. The collective comes from a wide variety of musical backgrounds, and we always aim to show off the wonderful differences we all have.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think I've loved about this that James, we have all played together at some point in our time, so it's not like we're having to build these relationships digitally, which obviously can be such a huge barrier, especially just from the intimacy of collaboration. I mean, it's what we do as artists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really beautiful that we all have that relationship together, and so we've been able to find a way to continue to work together over the course of these many, many months. It's been an interesting time off for sure, as I'm sure a lot of artists can attest to. But I think that one of the beautiful things about this group of people is not only obviously the diverse backgrounds of experiences that we all come from, but it has also been just the idea that, yeah, we did it once, we had our first season, how can we improve, and the idea that we can milk this and make it a meaningful collaboration even though we are separated by physical barriers. And so a couple of things that we've been up to as an organization is we've sort of been solidifying operations, right? Because as good as the music can be with all of the people that we involve, core members and greater than 10 members, if the machine doesn't work well, you're not going to get a good product. And so we've been spending a lot of time getting that going. Programming has been a major concern, not only equity of programming and the representation that we are seeing with what we present, and also the artists that we collaborate, but just also being more ambitious, things that you wouldn't think would work in a digital sphere. We're saying, okay, but why wouldn't it? And so, yeah, I mean, there's definitely risk involved, and I think you can't have growth without risk. And so
Absolutely.
that's one of the things that I love about this group. We also have two amazing interns. I just want to give a shout out to them. Amazing people who have brought a lot of experience and skills that we just frankly did not have. And also an outside perspective. I think with groups, you
Very
can
important.
get really, yeah, you can just get really lost in your own vision. And then when you bring two outside people in, I think it offers some clarity, some, oh, you all are getting a little bit lost in the sauce.
Reminds you what your strengths are, what you do well, what's going on, how people perceive you, and just what kind of benefit you're bringing to your audience.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anything, we can all stand a little bit of humility.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, we just have a new schedule. I think we all quickly came to the realization that a concert a week is a little bit ambitious.
Oh, yeah.
and also because we wanted to have a higher quality product for you all. So we're not every single week. We're trying to emulate more of what you would see with a standard concert season with an like a performing organization. So you're not going to see us every week, but we promise we're going to be giving you lots of content so you don't have to worry. You won't miss us.
Every month we'll be there with a concert, and we'll be floating the social media streams of recordings we've done. The ensemble by ourselves, just the core members, we've recorded 34 pieces. We got a lot of things we can keep showing you guys as we wait for our monthly concerts.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So obviously, as a very social and gregarious person, I know you it's not obvious at all through this chat, but we would welcome any comments, any feedback. You know, whatever you're experiencing with this music, whatever you're experiencing from us as hosts and with our guests that we're going to be bringing on shortly after you hear their music, we welcome you to engage with us as you can with the chat. We're going to have people on there. We're going to have Catherine and Alan Redamozo. Catherine is one of our interns. And then Alan is a core member. They're going to be communicating with you on the chat. So please, like, feel free to say, like, that was awesome. Yes. Or, like, James's hair is so swoopy and fabulous. Like, say those things because we love to hear it.
They're on both Facebook and Twitch. So both of those live chats will be checked and we will respond.
Yes. James,
alrighty.
Go ahead.
Yes, we got a new piece that we are premiering tonight. Austin Ali. He's an alumnus of UT Austin. He's currently studying in Los Angeles. He is a phenomenal composer. He's very, very multi-talented. He's an improviser. He's a jazzer, a trumpet player, a composer, a conductor. He's got it all. And he wrote kind of all less than 10. He wrote in this sort of song style, contemporary ensemble style for us, for our whole group. And we're very, very excited to share that. This is Home Song by Austin Ali. Enjoy.
What's going on? tight to everyone that's close to me. Right now, it's funny, everything seems so hazy.
Hey, now I made a lot of silly plans. Maybe rather than putting them in my head, what if I could go out and make them home? What if I can't find my way back home? Wandering traveler, softly dream of you. Uncharted maps and shades of memories, feeling in pages as I go. Hey, there, gone is the day to mourn your loss. Someone said time will wait for you to rise up. Right now, go on and find your new home. New home. Though, wake up and meet the brand new morning.
That was Home Song by Austin Ali joining us right now. Austin, it's a pleasure to work with you.
It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you so much for playing and singing my piece.
Wow, that was great. And you're in LA right now? Is that
I have made it back to Texas. I will be taking my fall classes at the University of California, Los Angeles online, and I will try and be in California in 2021.
You Californians with your school starting at the end of September?
It's actually October 1st.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
We're not
I'm
going
not
to talk
jealous.
about it. Let's not talk about it. I'm going to get bitter. No.
Austin, well, you've been doing so many great things. I see that you've been recording something for ACL, Austin City Limits.
Yes, it was a crazy opportunity. I got a text like yesterday, and my friend William, who I play with together in Big Wise Brass Band, he said, "Hey, we are recording for Austin City Limits with this band called Los Coast. Can you make it to Austin tomorrow?" I was like, sure. I just picked up everything, and my brother is living here, so I'm in his apartment, and I just came down. I recorded the song with this band, and it will be shown at the virtual Austin City Limits, I believe October 9th.
That's awesome. What's the band name again?
It's called Los Coast, Loscoast. And I played trumpet and flugelhorn with them today.
Write that down. Write that down. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's a great
Thanks,
gig.
James.
Wow, you just flew in just yesterday.
I drove in.
Oh,
Yeah.
drove in. Okay. That's a little better.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
good for you,
better.
man. Things are going great for you. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of activity for you right now. Tell us about Home Song. What's the song about, and tell us some context.
Yes, I think we've all seen a lot of home these days, and that's exactly what the song is about. So in March, obviously, all of us as musicians, our lives changed significantly, and we as conduits of expressing emotion, I feel like as an artist, I had an obligation to pour out these emotions that I was feeling in this moment of 2020. So the piece is about coming home to my parents. I was in Austin when the pandemic started, and then I moved back to my parents' home in Dallas. And then I graduated college on my couch. And now I'm off to Los Angeles, hopefully soon. And so home is just a constantly changing definition. Even today, I've traveled to Austin to be on this Zoom with my laptop. So home just changes a lot. And so I decided to write a piece about that feeling. And this is what came out.
I have to say, Austin, it was a treat to get to play your music and to be like in this sort of configuration of a collaboration. I mean, personally, and James, this may be different for you. You know, I remember the last time I got to collaborate with you, Austin, was on a recital of James, where you were fearlessly leading us through just a tremendous amount of music. And in the way that these things typically go, you know, in a finite amount of rehearsals, I have to say that was a rewarding experience, but it was a little nicer to be on this side of a collaboration where it's a little bit more of a controlled process. But needless to say, a treat nonetheless, and certainly that sweet taste of home that, you know, at times is bittersweet, but certainly a reflection about what does home even mean right now. And, you know, acknowledging that perhaps for a lot of us, I mean, we're making home where we are.
Wow, well said. And it was a real treat to get a chance to collaborate with you in James's super ensemble that he put together for his master's recital. And yeah, all of everybody who was involved with that. I was just like, wow, I'm playing with the best and the greatest. So it was a real treat. Thanks, Kyle.
Hey, man, you were in that. It's a dream team. It's great being on the other end playing your music this time around. I think that line at the beginning was like, "Hold tight to everyone that's close to me." I was like, "Oh, I like that." Like, I like to sing the word "tight," and I'm thinking about all the people that are out there right now that maybe I'm not doing the best job keeping up with during quarantine. You know, things like seem to slow down for some people. In a way, it's a lot busier. So I think that song had a nice sentiment of thinking about all the people who make home wherever you are, wherever they are. So, really appreciate the context of that song and that you made it for us and that we got to play it.
Yeah, thank you, James. And I love the way you sing it, and I can't wait for everybody to hear your voice.
Thanks. So you got a new project going on where you had people send you recordings on YouTube, right? Can you tell us about that too?
Yes, I'm totally inspired by Less Than 10. So back in May, I threw together my own senior composition recital for graduating the University of Texas. And basically, what I did is I did exactly what you guys do. I assembled videos of people playing my composition and made it a multi-track recording. And then after I did that senior recital as a live stream, I said, oh, I just want to keep doing these types of things. So I started a YouTube channel, and now I put out these types of performances all the time. So my latest wacky piece is asking people to send either singing or playing their instrument one note to me. And I'm going to take as many of those as possible. I'm going for 200 to match 200 subscribers. And then I'm going to stitch it together and make a musical piece. And it's going to be crazy, and I can't wait to make it.
I saw that you're about like 177 or something like that right now. Like you've
I'm
got a
getting
lot of
close.
recordings.
I'm getting close. Austin Ali, search up that on YouTube and you can get me there to
Woo.
200.
God bless your computer with those 200 files you're gonna be working with. But I can't wait to
Oh,
see what
boy.
that's gonna be like, man. It's really
Thanks. I
creative.
can't wait to make it.
Awesome. Well, Austin, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. I look forward to seeing what next you do. Everyone, look out for Austin Ali. He's doing some great things, and he's doing a great job on our multimedia platform right now. Look out for him.
Thank
See
you,
you later,
everybody.
Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Oh, wait, we just heard the piece, didn't we?
We did. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Cool.
Yes. Take care.
Okay, thank you guys.
Oh man, he's the best. See you. But we have a lot of kind and good-hearted artists on this show, and I think it's one of the best things about it.
Say that I get, I mean, it's a little selfish, right? From all of these collaborations is that it's a little piece of sanity. Other things that are dark these days. And I love fantastic artists in their own right, but they're also great people. And you don't always get that. And what I love about us is that equally as important as how good you are at your instrument, your voice, etc.
It's really making our community grow in a positive way across this country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And next up, we have someone else who's across the country right now as well.
Yeah.
Nina Shaker. She is an amazing composer. She's worked with ensembles like Eighth Blackbird, the Jack Quartet, ICE. She's doing amazing things right now. Really look up to what she does, what she stands for, the colorful power of her music, the emotional aspect of it. She's doing amazing things. And she has a piece called Cajon being played by Titilayo Ayangrande. She is the cellist of the Talia Quartet. And I cannot wait to share this, guys. This is Nina Shaker's Cajon.
ask me anything.
Awesome. We shall do. And we are live, so we will get to the asking. Everybody, this is Nina Shaker, and this is TT. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you guys. That was such a good performance.
Thank you. I love the piece. It's like so incredible. I actually heard Josh DeVries, the cellist, I think, who premiered it for you. He was doing his bachelor's, I was doing my master's, so like I know him really well.
Oh, that warms my heart.
Oh.
Yeah. No, TT, your performance was so good. I felt so moved, and I was like, oh, I haven't heard that piece in a long time, so I was like, oh, this is so nice to have.
I think it's a really well encapsulated. It's got so much to it. It's got really good emotional power. It's got this nice streamline of sound that keeps going on. It's virtuosic. It's colorful. It's really great.
And it's groovy.
Yes, it is.
Nina,
Yeah,
sorry, go
I was just
ahead.
gonna say, you kind of have to be like an octopus to play this piece, where there's like feet and hands and arms and a lot involved.
Definitely.
You pulled that off very well.
Thanks. I'm actually an octopus, so
Oh, this.
in case you didn't know,
The more you know, I guess.
the more you know.
Nina, just out of curiosity, can you like talk us through briefly? I mean, obviously, whatever you feel comfortable with. Can you just talk a little bit about the germination of the piece? I mean, kind of what's behind it, what's going on with it?
Yeah, so the piece, it was kind of birthed out of my collaboration with the cellist who premiered it, Josh, and this was commissioned for a concert that was like only for a certain studio, so it was mainly for like the cello studios, and it was kind of born out of like limited instrumentation because I wanted to do something with percussion also, and there was no percussion available. And so like I thought of the idea of a cajon, and you know, the cajon is an instrument that's from Peru, and it actually has a really like complex history, especially because that region has like a colonial history. But this idea of frame drumming is something that is used in a lot of cultures, including Indian music, and I'm Indian. And so this piece is kind of exploring the idea of like, what does it mean to translate this idea of frame drumming to another culture that I'm more familiar with, Indian music, and I kind of use it as a vehicle to explore like my own heritage. And so there's all these different kinds of techniques and like different kinds of timbres, and like if you tap on the side versus tapping on the front, or like on the strings, it makes all kinds of sounds, as you heard in TT's recording. And yeah, it was just like an economy of means.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Just out of curiosity, I mean, you were talking about kind of taking something and framing it from your own experience. Do you find that there's a lot of intersectionality between, you know, your artistic values and then your own personal identity?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like one of my core values as an artist is that I really believe that our identity is like so connected to the arts, and we can't really separate that. And you know, like I really believe that anything I create is a product of my identity, which includes me being Indian, but also like me being from an immigrant family, me being a woman, you know, all these different aspects of my identity, but also like the intersection of who's interfacing with my work. So TT's identity and like whoever's watching the performance, you know, there's all these different intersections that are involved.
Right. Yeah, I think that that's absolutely stunning. And I love, you know, I've engaged with music before that I feel like there's no space for me to impart my background in it. And so I love that you're creating a space where the artist is able to bring that in, and that's welcomed. I mean, it's not only going to happen, but you're inviting that space in. TD, I'm just kind of curious, you know, what has been like, you know, with your role with Talia String Quartet, I mean, incredibly active. And then now, you know, I mean, we're all sort of in a somewhat limited situation as far as performances. I mean, how are you conceiving of your role now? I mean, your role as a chamber ensemble, your role as an individual artist. I mean, in regards to like how that intersects with public performance. I mean, the role of how that intersects with what's going on in our country currently. I mean, I'm kind of curious your thoughts.
Sure. So I think what has been the most under the microscope since the start of the pandemic is how we get concerts. So Talia String Quartet has a manager, and a lot of our concerts come from her. But back in the day when we first started, we were always looking for performances. So I feel that since the start of the pandemic, I personally have taken a page out of that book and have gone back to looking for performances. I collaborated with the Gabriella Lena Frank Creative Academy to collaborate with composer Jonathan Mitchell, which was really amazing and was something that I normally just like wouldn't do. And I don't remember, James, when did I reach out to you saying like I absolutely had to play on Lesson 10?
It
It
was
must
in
have been like
December, yeah,
May.
like,
Yeah.
sometime May, yeah, and now we finally got it.
Yeah, and like that also, not that it's uncharacteristic for me, but like I think all of us as musicians are a little bit tied to the idea of the concert. So it's like, oh, I have a recital coming up, or I have this thing for my studio, and I just wanted to play music. So I was like reaching out to people and finding ways to play things. And when James suggested your piece, Nina, I was like, holy moly, this piece is crazy, and I have to do this. And like, it doesn't matter if I'm busy or anything. But for the quartet, we found a little bit of success in the digital space as well. And with learning how to record ourselves, lots of multi-track recordings, like you guys have been doing a lot of too, which has been really fun because I remember last fall I had to self-produce a recording and it was like the worst time ever because I had no idea what was going on. And from this whole pandemic, I feel like I've had the time to learn how to do that thing that's actually really essential to being a musician, which is like record yourself and have it sound good. So yeah, the quartet has put out quite a bit of content. We actually have started rehearsing together again and have a recording session, a live recording session this Sunday.
Oh,
But-
that's awesome! Congratulations.
Thank you. It's kind of surreal. I don't want to take it for granted, like the ability to rehearse and record like ever again. I'll never complain about an early recording session.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I mean, I'm glad that there's been something to take away from this experience. But then also it's afforded different opportunities. And of course, I don't want to ever frame this as a silver lining kind of thing, because I understand the privilege that comes from that. I mean, to see a global pandemic and to say, oh, well, I've grown. I mean, there are a lot of people who have suffered immensely. And so I certainly never want to say, but think about all the skills you're cultivating, because you are, because I mean, I think as artists, that's all we can do. I mean, for some of us, it just consumes us. It's all we can do. I mean, of course, we're going to get better. But I think it's also beautiful that we've been able to bring you both on, and that you have been so excited about reaching out, and that Nina's music was a vehicle for this collaboration. Because I was telling James earlier, we've been fortunate from day one to have really beautiful people on this. I mean, not just great artists, which you both are, but good people. And there's a lot of people who, don't get afforded that opportunity. And so it's just, it warms my heart. It's a little selfish, right? But it just warms my heart to get to spend even just a small amount of time with the two of you.
My heart.
That's
is
really
broken.
touching. Like, I don't know what to say now. How do you follow that?
It's like, oh.
I'm so excited to be part of this event with all of. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it happens because of y'all. It's just, Nina, your music is always striking emotion, empathy, and all you do. And it's inviting us, and it speaks for the spirit of collaboration. So it was perfect to have you both on here. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, thank you both so much.
Guys, this was Nina Shaker and Titilayo Ayangande. Check them out. They're always doing great things. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Alrighty, and we have another solo piece coming up soon. This is a piece by Friends All Above called Pusha Das. It is being performed by Richmond bassist Matt Gold. It's going to be a really, really cool performance, guys. I hope you all enjoy it. Alrighty, we are back on, and we have awesome bassist from the Richmond Symphony, Matt Gold here. Welcome, Matt.
Oh.
Good to see you.
Thanks,
Hi,
James.
Matt.
Hi, guys. Hey, this is so cool, man. Thanks for having me on. This is really awesome.
And thank
So,
you for
and
being here.
good job for you guys. I mean, I love hearing you guys play Austin's piece, man. That was so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Matt, that was a great performance of Push the
Oh,
Button
thanks.
by Roboth. That's all in the right hand. That's some really good bow work you had.
Yeah, I know. I had to take I did a couple of takes, and I had to really take a super breather. This thing just keeps building. That's a big trick, is trying to
Yeah.
not let it destroy you. So.
Mhm. It's just big, gradual process, kind of like Bolero in that sense, where you have to keep this constant stream constantly evolving. And I think you did a good job with the seamlessness of that.
Oh, thanks. Well, Monsieur Robot uses that in his shows to actually warm up on stage in front of people. So, it's. I mean, I could see why. It's
Gosh.
a nice progression thing.
And that's awesome. Rabath, you always learn so much from Rabath, and it's why all the bassists, you look up to him so much. I'm always constantly learning more things. I remember I have a lot of nervous energy right now whenever I'm on the show. And I remember a story how Rabath likes to drink espresso shots right before he performs. So he's got to see the shake in his hand.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
oh, I need to not get that shake, but I think he's onto something about that.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're harnessing all the quintessence. Getting it out. So.
See, I'm going to be honest. I do have to have a little pre-performance coffee. And I think it's just because the addiction is so ingrained at this point that I just have to it just kind of brings me up to functioning level, Espresso though, it's a little bit dicey, but.
I mean, that was great. I'm speaking. Seeing you do that, I'm just oh wow, I need to practice some more. I need to get back.
That's fun. I made a little cheat sheet, man. I can send it to you. One page. It's got the note changes because the notation. You go blind looking at the thing, and it's 20 pages long. But I got it. I was I figured, I was well, if I can just kind of make a crib sheet for myself, I can kind of get through this and not go blind and be able to focus on the music. And plus, everybody I know that plays this, I don't know a single person that just plays the music. Everyone kind of plays it a little differently.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Most people play it pretty Dorian-y, Mixolydian-y. I hope I just lost a whole bunch of people that are not music majors. They're oh, what did he just say? I'm out. But yeah, but the sheet music has got all these E flats in it that I have never heard anybody play. So it's just pretty strange thing. But it's a lot of fun, and you can kind of make it your own. And in each performance is, well, I'm not feeling like going to that section right now because I'm dying, or it's the universe is not guiding me that way. So yeah, we'll just move on, So.
Yeah. So Matt, what are your activities right now? Like, what are you? I mean, besides like laying down a fantastic
Well,
bass
their
solo.
their names are Kit and Artemis, and the Richmond Library, the Richmond Symphony Library. Gladly, the Richmond Symphony is playing right now. We're in a rehearsal right now. I'm their librarian. So I've got my team on radio here. But I've told them I'm not to be disturbed. But so anyway, we're doing that, and I have a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. So one goes on this arm, the other one goes on this arm. The symphony takes my legs. Like, yeah, it's I'm getting drawn and quartered, but like in the best way, you know. Got a
So
job,
is that the key to the bass technique? Is like you're just lifting small children all the time?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It really takes away the idea like, oh man, I can't play this piece because I need to practice it for like 50 hours. Like, yeah, I can't do that, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I'm gonna learn this Paganini Caprice. It's gonna take 100 hours. Like, yeah, I might want to learn it, but I don't. I can give it 10. I gotta learn it real fast, you know.
Yeah.
So, and every time anytime the kids are asleep or my wife's asleep, and I go and I'll pick up my bass and I think like, okay, if I could barely touch the strings. Like if a fly lands on my bass, I get a text from my wife like, "Are you practicing right now? Like you're waking the whole house up." And then I can put a big 5-pound practice mute on with the end pin on pillows. Like it doesn't matter, man. Like it's amazing. So, yeah, playing right now has been quite the challenge, but like in the best way. It's in the best way. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, clearly, nothing is being lost. The skill is still there. So
nice. Well, thanks. Yeah. I'm still getting better every day. You know, we're all students. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's great, man. Yeah, we kind of are always eternal students. Whether in school, out of school, in the symphony or not, that's the way to live. You know, to keep growing.
Yeah.
Matt, but you don't just do a symphony gig. I saw that you also have a band called Gold Rush.
Oh yeah, Gold Rush a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Actually, we did South by Southwest in 2012.
Oh,
so
you were in Austin.
I left some stuff in Austin for sure. So
well, we'll go get it for you. We'll ship it up. Yeah.
This is not the kind of thing you can pick up, man. But no, it was a lot of fun, and it's a really beautiful town. And I remember like when the whole quarantine stuff happened, when they announced that they were canceling South by Southwest, it was like that was a big. I mean, that was a line that got crossed, you know. So I'm sure you guys all love it. But,
still finding great ways to put on works, and it's nice to see how much is still happening, what new things are coming about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so wonderful that Richmond is still finding a way to make music in a meaningful way. I think that's so nice to hear. I mean, I think we're hearing a lot of conversations that don't involve that, and we're seeing a lot of headline news centered around these larger organizations that capture media more easily, and it's not that. And so
right.
I think it's really special to hear that it is. And, we all need that little glimmer right now that will cut through the darkness of the news.
Yeah. I'm at like maximum blackness they were like, oh, did you hear that thing in the news? I'm like, man, I am so far past that,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say I'm numb, but it's something, I'm not surprised about anything anymore.
Right.
But your playing doesn't sound like it.
This sounds like that
thank you.
There's a lot of, yes. Yeah. I was going to say, it also sounds like you've got a lot of personal joys in your life to where, you don't have to worry about that. So that's good.
Yeah. It's a very bizarre time in my life right now. Like my daughters and my wife, I mean, like I'm the worst musician in the house already, like the 1.5-year-old, she sings, she can hit pitches like a laser beam. They're addicted to the Hamilton soundtrack. Like yes, and with all the naughty words and stuff, they sing them all, and it's amazing. I mean, it's such a horrible and beautiful time in my life right now. So I always joke, it's like 2020 is the year that was his own decade. It's the 20s.
Matt, what future projects are you aiming for right now? Like, what's on your plate? What do you want to play?
Well, I've already tracked this series I want to do. The double bass is a quadruple bass. I have an arrangement of the Meditation from Thais that I've kind of tracked and recorded already, and I just need to stitch that together. So that's coming down the pike. I've got a couple awesome pianists in town that really like playing with me for some. I mean, like it was a really awesome mutual relationship that we're gonna do a couple distance recordy things, and I'm when I see a piece like Austin Ali's, and I mean it's like it was in 7. It took me a while to figure out. I was like, oh yeah, it's in 7. But I was like, it's awesome that it's not like this piece is in 7, and you know what I mean? Like it was a nice tune, but like I can't imagine have been putting all that together, because like I tried doing something with just myself twice, and that was impossible, man. So you guys are doing a great job with that.
Shout out to Nathan Noakes. He's our lead audio technician of the team. He worked on that one, and it was beautiful.
Yeah,
He did a great job.
sounded
on that.
great. Good job, Nathan. Yeah.
And Matt, you're also a composer too. Any new pieces coming out?
No, I haven't written anything. I wrote a string quintet for my wife. It was supposed to be done in 2005, and I finished it in 2008. There's a couple vignettes of our family at the time, which was us two and two really bizarre dogs. So I was like, okay, I'll do this like Enigma variation style. And I asked my wife one day, and I was like, okay, if you have 3, and she didn't know what I was doing. I was like, if you have 3 adjectives to describe me, like what would they be? And I don't know if she was in just a mood, but she said goofy, goofy, and goofy. So that's what I had to run on for like more tune. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've written that, and I do a couple charts for the Richmond Symphony from time to time when they need them. And I wrote a bass trio when I was like 20. It's half a lifetime ago. So
That's tough.
James, if you're looking for music, man, I've got a crazy little thing for you.
Let's talk. Yeah, I was looking for
Yeah,
bass
yeah.
music.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Awesome, dude. Matt, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for sharing what you do, your
Yes.
story. I'm looking forward to see what else happens, man.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. I mean, great performances all around. Love the piece. Nina and
TT.
TT.
Yeah. Sorry, I had the pronunciation. I was like, well, don't even try that, man. Like, you're not gonna do that. But it was super great, you guys, and I really appreciate this. This is like a real highlight. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
Matt.
thanks for joining
You have
us.
a great night. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
See you
Bye,
guys.
Matt.
See you. Alrighty. Now, don't go anywhere. We are nearing the end of our show, but we have a season preview to give you guys. We have a nice video that was made from Less Than 10 Team to show you what's going to happen. We have 7 concerts this season, and this was the first of 7. And we got 6 more big shows coming up with great artists, wonderful collaborations, good projects going on, and just can't wait to share it with y'all. We had a lot of good work from the team. Our interns, Catherine Brooks and Natalie Tabita, they were valuable help as well. Everyone in the team put in some good efforts to make this season happen, and I'm happy to announce what's going to be going on. Everyone, take a look at this preview.
Hello, daylight, you take me so easy. Cause I'm filled by the breath that you leave me. If I'm feeling too far, can you let your warming hand in mine? Oh, my future, you've entered my slumber. Cause I look towards your sun in such wonder. I'll say hello, you golden fellow, and sing to take you in.
Alrighty, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that season preview as much as I did. 'Cause I'm excited to get the ball rolling on these collaborations and projects.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I look at the list, even just watching this video on the side, I was like, gosh, we really get to work with all of these people
Yeah.
indirectly or directly, and it's just, I don't know, it tickles me every time.
Yeah, it's gonna be so exciting. Let's talk about our next one coming up on October 29th. That's a Thursday again, 7:30 p.m. Be there, be square. But we got some really cool stuff. That's gonna be more of a jazz themed concert called the Ages of Jazz. We're gonna have an arrangement of Prelude to a Kiss by Duke Ellington. Alan Reynamozo, our collective guitarist, he's a composer, arts liaison, he's an audio guy. He does it all really, he's great. He's gonna be writing a new piece for violinist Sean Lesueur. It's gonna be an awesome collaboration. We're gonna have New York-based jazz trio, new jazz, contemporary jazz. They do so many cool things that are beyond, honestly. They're called the Oscillate Trio, and they will be joining us as well. And then our friends Tony Mariano and Camille Skice, they will be joining us too. They're going to be playing an improvisation, an original piece, and some Debussy. So bringing it back a little bit too. And then we'll be playing a piece called Breathless by Terrence Blanchard, arranged by Alan Reynamozo. It's going to be a good show. I mean, I can't wait to put this on. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And props to you for that season preview video, because you just make us look, as the rest of the team does, you just make us look so good. When in reality, we know it's a little bit of a hot mess, at least over here on my end. So now, this is the most important part, right? Okay. So how to donate, okay? Because I know you've been waiting for this, right? Okay. So a couple of things. I want to say that the PayPal is always available to donate to us. Something new that we're adding this time around is a Patreon. For those of you who may not be familiar with Patreon, you can go to patreon.com and search for Less Than 10 Music. That is the number 10, not the letter 10, okay, or the word 10. Oh my gosh, can't even speak this evening. And then the beautiful thing about
music. Yeah, make sure to put
Yeah.
music after that. Also go to a different Less Than 10.
That's exactly right. And, we don't want to give them money because we're selfish.
Hey.
Just kidding. Money for everyone. So anyway, the beautiful thing about Patreon, right, is that based on the level of subscription, however much you want to donate to us, it can be one time, or you can choose to expand your contribution and give it to us over an extended period of time. We will be offering perks to each of you all based on the level of patronage or commitment that you all feel comfortable sharing with us. Obviously, any dollar amount helps right now, especially offsetting the cost of this season. As comes with musical risk, so comes a lot of times cost. Also, at the end of the day, one of the things that we're concerned about is making sure that artists, all of our artists, ourselves included, are paid fairly for that art. And so I would encourage you, if you feel like you're capable of doing so and you're enjoying the product that you're seeing, whether it be season 1, what we've already done, or coming up with season 2, I would encourage all of you all to check that out and offer help if you can financially. If you're also wondering, well, how do I get in touch with Less Than 10? I see you all sharing stuff on Facebook, 10 minutes before. How can I become more involved and maybe learn a little bit more about you all? We do have our own website, Less Than 10 Music again. Trying to keep it simple, but also keep it across the board the same. So that is Less Than 10, the number 10, music.com. There you're going to be able to find out a lot about us. You're going to be able to see more about our season, where to stream everything. And then you're going to be able to find out a little bit more about all the artists involved.
And all the cool photos they have of them, all the cool poses and whatnot.
I mean, you're the one with the cool poses. I'm over here just trying to not look like a British troll. But anyway, well, I know, yeah. So, and then finally, of course, you can also find us on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, of course, is where we're going to be posting things that have already been streamed that we'll be sharing. So if there's anything you particularly liked, you'll be able to find it there and search it by individual song. You won't have to just go through the whole stream. And then you can also find us, of course, on Facebook, where we're readily sharing content. We would love to engage with you across any of those platforms, whatever works best for you, or all of them if you're feeling generous.
Mm-hmm. And again, about that YouTube, we're constantly putting new pieces up every week. So be on the lookout for that. We've done a lot of music. The core ensemble itself did 34 pieces in the first season. And then on top of that, we have the guest collaborations too. We've got a lot of music to share, and we're really happy to do so. No matter what kind of support, whether it's patronage, whether it's viewing regularly, we really appreciate you guys supporting us, being out there and making this community what it is. So thank you so much for being here tonight and being a part of this experience with us. And so I hope to see you guys on October 29th for Ages of Jazz, and may you guys have a good night. Take care, everyone.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
My lovely, I seek to beseech you, but I am all out of flowers to reach you. Standing still as if lost, I can't let this moment pass me by. Oh my conscience, I know I should heed you, but I don't have a clue how to lead you. I'll say hello, you golden fellow, and may you take me in. Daylight, you take me so easy, 'cause I'm filled by the breath that you leave me. If I'm feeling too far, can you let your warming hand in mine? Oh my future, you've entered my slumber, 'cause I look towards your sun in such wonder. I'll say hello, you golden fellow, and sing to take you in. Note, a simple hello, and all that I know is that troubles never end, but all could be saved when I take you in. You take me in. La da da la da da la da da la da Let's take to the sunrise, and I'll be by your side till the moonlight. I'll say hello, you golden fellow, and sing to take